So we just had some news come out that the Bears are wanting to interview Packers offensive coordinator Adam Stenavich for their head coaching job. I was pretty surprised when I saw this. I think that for the Bears organization that has a young rookie quarterback, I just didn't even think of Adam Stenavich being an option. Do I know if he would be a good head coach? Honestly, I have no clue. I think when you look at the Packers, the fact that Matt LaFleur is the head coach and the play caller, it feels as if there could be more uncertainty just because Stenavich doesn't have that history of consistently calling plays. But here's the news from Adam Schefter in the past hour. An in-division request. Bears requested a head coach interview with Packers offensive coordinator Adam Stenavich, per source. So a couple of years back, the Bears did decide to bring in Packers coach, QB coach, and passing game coordinator Luke Getsy as their offensive coordinator, and he was there in Chicago 2022 and 2023. Didn't really have too much success there with Justin Fields. Then he went to the Raiders the next, in 2024. And so the Bears are at least, looking around the Packers organization once again saying, is there something here where we could bring a guy in and he could take over as the head coach? And honestly, not a bad organization to, come in and try to find a coach. I guess I do just have questions just because with Adam Stenavich, because he isn't, the play caller, I think there's a lot more uncertainty. And with Caleb Williams being a young rookie quarterback, I think that, most people would probably expect that they would bring in a person who is maybe more established when it comes to play calling. For all I know, Adam Stenavich could be an insanely good play caller. I assume that he does have a massive impact on the Packers offense. But because Matt LaFleur is the Packers play caller, there's, of course, a lot more uncertainty there with Adam Stenavich. One thing I do know about Adam Stenavich, I watch a lot of the Packers coordinator press conferences that they do each week, interviews, and I don't watch every single one, but in lots of the Adam Stenavich interviews that I've seen, I really do enjoy hearing what he has to say. He goes into a lot of depth in those conversations, and when you look at him and his, sort of where he's come from, he did play offensive lineman in the NFL, was even with the Packers for a little while. And then looking at his coaching career, considering he was an offensive lineman, he spent a lot of time as a offensive line coach. If we look back to 2014, Northern Arizona offensive line coach, 2015, 2016, San Jose State offensive line coach, 2017, 2018, 49ers assistant offensive line coach. Then he's been with the Packers since 2019. And in 2019 and 2020 was the Packers O-line coach, and then 2021 O-line coach and run game coordinator. And then after Nathaniel Hackett left, he's been the Packers offensive coordinator from 2022 to the present. And when you look at Nathaniel Hackett, I guess in a way this could be a similar situation. Now, I'm not saying they're the same, but Nathaniel Hackett was under Matt LaFleur, and he goes to Denver, doesn't have a lot of success, goes to the Jets, doesn't have a lot of success. And I think that because he wasn't the play caller in Green Bay, he was the OC but not the play caller, there's just uncertainty when you do bring in a guy who isn't the one actually calling the plays. Because on the one hand, maybe it works out, and I think that as fans, just from the reaction that I saw just reading through some comments from Bears fans, they don't sound very happy about this request. And I think that, when you have a name that no one, not many people know outside of the Packers organization, of course people know it, but not to the extent that, other guys right now, like a Ben Johnson, which I think would be a lot more popular with the Bears, considering Ben Johnson has had so much success with the Lions as the play caller. With the uncertainty and the unknown, there's just a lot more concerns because no one really knows a lot about, Adam Stenavich. But considering the Bears have had a really big problem at their offensive line, it may not be a terrible idea to bring in a guy who played offensive line, who has coached offensive line for a long time, and also, has helped develop the Packers offensive line over the years. And I think consistently, the Packers have a very, very solid offensive line for the most part. And so maybe that's, going into the Bears thinking. But honestly, I didn't think Stenavich didn't even come to my mind as a potential Bears head coach interviewee. For all I know, he could be a great coach. I honestly don't know. And I guess the Bears are just doing their due diligence, and it's understandable. You look at the Packers organization, you look at the success the Packers have had offensively. I mean, I think it's probably smart to bring in the OC of, one of the better offenses in the league consistently. So we'll see if anything comes of this. There's always coaching changes happening every single season, so we'll see if something like this happened. Honestly, I would be shocked, to be completely honest. I feel like the Bears will try to find someone a little more established, when it comes to play calling. I do know Stenavich, LaFleur has allowed Stenavich to call some plays, I'm pretty sure, in the preseason before. So he obviously has, some kind of experience there, but maybe not the same as some of these, other coordinators around the league. But that's all for today. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications so you don't miss any Packers news. You can also follow me on Twitter/X at LukeBeller3, and I share different thoughts, stats throughout the day on there if you are, someone who uses that. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.